It's 6 o'clock on this Friday evening, November 2nd, 2018. It is time now for the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news on this Friday evening, November 2nd, 2018. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins, 6 o'clock, and we have a temperature of 66 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel. 6 o'clock news is in governor's elections this year, Republicans have a lot to lose. President Trump walks back earlier remarks, says migrants won't be fired apart at border. President Trump walks back earlier remarks, says migrants won't be fired apart at border. HBO and Game Influence cast slam Donald Trump of Iran sanctions. Tweet. Georgia's governor race says that full boil and now the cavalry has arrived. Some returns the mystery continues with Charlie McAvoy Boston Bruins ball. The Bruins assigned Rand Donald to AHL Providence. Gillum on Trump calling him a thief. He's stealing anything his hearts and minds. As Andrew Gillum's quoted Governor Bid mired an anti-Semitism accusation links to a radical Palestinian group. Mail bomb suspect Cesar Sayat will be moved to New York to face charges. U.S. goods imports and trade deficit with China hit new records. Michael Kort said Trump said black people are too stupid to vote for him. Is Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed finished? Pakistan political and religious leader Samuel who all hot killed. Saudi sisters whose bodies found duct taped together in New York City, likely not a victim of crime, police said. Fight between bus driver and passenger led to deadly crash in China. Boston man admitted role in the murder during a wiretap investigation, says feds. Apple has a problem no, it doesn't know what to talk about. Apple has a problem it doesn't know what to talk about. Toys R Us, Jeffrey's back. His toy box will be featured at Core Good this holiday season. Tesla owner uses summon to remotely move his car to avoid parking tickets. Jeff Bezos says he will only decide Amazon's HQ2 location of intuition. Looking at stocks today, what down 109.91 at 25 to 72.83, SP5 down 17.31 at 27.23.06, and Nasdaq down 77.06 at 73.56.99. Shipping appointed new electric department head in North Attleboro. Why did Vic Bulger's final victim can finally rest in peace? The city of Brockton said goodbye one last time to Armand Colombo on Friday when his funeral was held at Our Lady of Lourdes Church, followed by another sermon in Marcy after his son's carried the union alleged high school football coach in the end zone for a final touchdown. Duxbury Church finds power with the music in the 165-year-old organ. A journal traveler, James Riley Bulger, said this week that she mourns the death of the murderous Boston crime boss. He was not a sacrifice he felt. Much emotion of a certain monster, said Janet Olara Veaston. Italian mob boss America dies in prison at 91. Venezuelan drivers see long lines, fuel shortages in capital and several states. Attack on buses of Coptic Christians in Egypt leaves 7 dead. Volkswagen forward talks to join forces and build electric and autonomous vehicles industry watchers and German media report. A failed design flaw on a Japan-made train safety device may have contributed to the high-speed train in wreck in Taiwan in October. The U.S. trade deficit grew in September to 7.5. U.S. government figures showed Friday. U.S. Supreme Court says sanctions lifted under Iranian nuclear deal. A super tight race for governor in South Dakota means that the state could end up with a Democratic helm for the first time in nearly 40 years. Orient capsule, Europe delivers astronaut spaceship first powerhouse. It's over for Kepler as the most successful planetary ability is finally out of fuel and has just been shut down. The ambitious plan to decode every complex species on Earth. FDA put a new opioid despite abuse concerns. Cell phone study shows risk of cancer to exposed to radio frequency radiation. Blood pressure, drug recalled because it might give you cancer, and lava blood clue to beat it all flu. In Manchester, at Pine Street at Silver Street, a motor accident with traffic vehicle to building, and 3 alarm fire at Chelmsford, Massachusetts, with 50 Clinton Avenue, UD. Companies work into a garage fire, vehicle fires, presented by Zurdo, Spectre, striking the third alarm from Manpower. Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw. Peter Cheldu's time is 6:05 on this Friday evening, and it's time now for a Peter Channel Sports Report. The Boston Celtics and the Boston Bruins have the night off. Los Angeles Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw agreed to a new 3-year, $93 million deal. Mark Stoops consecutive great argument against Pennant firing your coach. Derek Carr says he's not going anywhere, but Raiders can move on from him as soon as next year. Peter Cheldu's side. 6:06. 6 minutes after 6 on this Friday evening seminar for Peter Channel Traffic and Transit Check. Beep! Red line is pushed delayed up to 10 minutes due to the transit police investigation. However, trains are standing by until released by police. Fitchburg train 424, 5:40 p.m. inbound is operated 5-10 minutes beyond schedule between Fitchburg and North Station due to slippery rail conditions. Province train 8:23, 4:50 p.m. outbound is operated 10 minutes beyond schedule between Sharon and Province due to slippery rail conditions. Peter Cho, and now I was in Bowways in New England. 95 on the southbound side, it is so between Patuxent and Providence. 95 northbound side, so between Wark down to downtown Providence. 295 on the northbound side, so to the Wark stretch. 295 on the southbound side, so to the Johnson stretch. 146 on the northbound side, so at the North Smithfield right out. 99 northbound side, so around the 122 in Lincoln with Socket stretch. Jamestown, Newport, and Mount Oak Bridge is on Lincoln, except on 130 eastbound side. Low James headed towards the Mountain Oak Bridge. 95, both ends is back to the train. Norwood down to 128 Canton. 95 on the southbound side, so to Mansfield down to Attleboro. 24 southbound side, so 120 in Canton and Hipperskin around 495 in Raynham. 3 on the southbound side, it is also 44 in Plymouth. 20, Porterbridge to the southbound side, a little so 120 to both ends, it's back up to 24 Canton out of Braintree split, 7 Expressway, both ends about 3, Doctor out of Braintree. Southbound 7 Expressway, 23, Boston to Braintree, 93, both ends right south, Boston to backed up. Mass Pike, eastbound south, 120 westbound, it is 7 Expressway, Boston. Mass Pike, westbound, so between Loaderboard down to Westburg. 93, both ends right south, Boston to backed up, and all the way down to Somerville. 93 northbound side, so between Boston all the way down to Methuen. 93 is southbound side, so 128 to Redden. 128 at southbound side, so between Burlington and Berwick. 128 at northbound side, so between Woburn and Linfield. 128 at southbound side, so between Needham all the way down to 24 in Canton. And 128 at both ends, about 20 in Waltham down to Route 2 in Lexington. And 3 at south, 3 at the northbound side, so on 128 in Burlington down to the New Hampshire border. And 495 northbound side, so on a long stretch. 495 at the southbound side, so before 290 in Marlborough. 290 westbound side, so up to 190 Route 9 in Worcester. Mass Pike, so on 291 in Springfield. 91 on the southbound side, so 221 and 84 in Hartford, Connecticut. 84 westbound side, so between 91 Hartford out of Farmington. And 91 southbound side, so on 691 in Meriden, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway westbound side, so on 691 in Meriden. And 84 westbound side, so the Waterbury stretch. Merritt Parkway eastbound side, between Westport down to Milford. 95 northbound side, it is slow between Greenwich down to Bridgeport. 95 on the southbound side, so the Wave down to West David. 95 on the northbound side, so the Bedford stretch. Every turn back on the northbound side, so the Burbank, New Hampshire, and Hitman scheduled by 293 at Manchester up to 93. The northbound side, so about Windham, New Hampshire. Spotted turn back on the northbound side, so around Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire. 8789 on the southbound side, also US Canadian border, now with 1555 northbound side, so in some Quebec and towards Montreal. Peter Cheldu's side. 6:09 on this Friday evening, and it is time now for a weather report. And we're taking a look at the radar, looking at the view outside, and the calendar may read November 2nd, but it feels like a spring-like day because temperatures in the 60s, mild day, and it's calm for the moment, but expected to get rainy and windy late tonight and into tomorrow. Alright, looking at the radar satellite loop. Shows, checking in that radar shows line of rain showers around Nantucket and off the Cape Islands, and rain showers that total these two portions of Long Island, and along with some clouds covering much of the region. And checking out some rain, spotty rain showers down around Plainville, and around Rentham, and down around south of Franklin, and raining around Walpole, and down around Norwood and Canton. While to the west of us, a line of rain showers and few heavy band rain showers west of New Hampshire and down to western Massachusetts and northwest Connecticut, and raining down around Concord and rain in off central portions of Mount Washington in New Hampshire, and raining down around Brunswick up to Waterville, Maine, and heavy band of showers and storms on the line from east of Pittsburgh down to Harrisburg. It's heavy rain in central Pennsylvania down for western Maryland and down to western Virginia and on the west central portions of North Carolina. Raining in the northern Maine and several portions of Quebec. Right now, looking at the temperatures, is in the 60s, but some upper 50s in northeastern Massachusetts and western Massachusetts. While it's in the 40s to 50s in northern New England, a 60-degree reading in Bennington, Vermont. We are under a wind advisory from noon to 7 p.m. West 15 to 30 miles an hour. Gusts between 45 to 55 miles an hour. Time on Saturday afternoon for Saturday evening. Impacts strong winds resulting in some downed trees, tree limbs, and scattered power outages in western as well, southeast Massachusetts, northern and Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Alright, look at that forecast. Goes like this. Tonight, showers likely, then a showers possibly thunderstorm after 11 p.m. Some of the stores could have been heavy rain, patch fog before 2 a.m., then patch fog after 3 a.m. Below at 61 degrees, southward about 7 to 30 miles outside, 30 miles at chest pitches, 1%. New rain about 3 and 1 and 2 inches possible. Saturday, showers likely before 10 a.m. Patch fog before 10 a.m. was clouds cover down mid-morning, the gradual clear with a temperature falling around 51 by 5 p.m. Breezy with an eastern about 10 to 20 miles coming west in the afternoon, winds good gust size. 50 miles at chest pitches, 7%, new wind months between quarter and an inch possible for Saturday, clear score at 32 degrees, and west about 6 to 40 miles gust size, 41 miles at Saturday, part gust by 54, about 35 degrees, light northwest wind shift calm wind for Monday. Chance showers may after 80 and mostly gust about 51, about 43 degrees, chest pitches 45%. Tuesday, chance showers mostly gust about 56, about 54 degrees, chest pitches 50% for Wednesday, chance showers part gust by 6, about 42 degrees, and chest pitches 40%. Thursday, Sunday, part gust by 55, about 38 degrees, and for Friday, part gust about 54 degrees. And right now, Norton is 65 degrees with overcast skies. That's going to be it for Peter Channel. 6 o'clock news on this Friday evening, November 2nd, 2018. Peers, hope you have a good night, have a good evening, and good positive attitude, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock for Atlanta Report. We have a good evening.